Internet, good morning. My name is Magnitude, and today I've been matching against Cloudliberation. Now, if you notice, I got some new stuff, namely Meowstic and namely Weezing, which I do love Weezing. I also got Mega Charizard X, Florges, Swampert, and Tyrantrum. And Clouds has an assortment of things here. He's got 6, obviously. Clefable, Sceptile, Mandibuzz, Muck, Ariados, and Lantern. Now, I know his Ariados is strictly for setting up Sticky Web, so I'm going to try and lead with something that's going to make him not want to set up Sticky Web. But I also know his Lantern, he's used it before, it's more offensive, but it's still really bulky and it's really annoying. And I don't really have anything that wants to go up against it except for maybe Florges. Well, Florges can't do much back to it in the first place, so realistically I don't really have much at all for that Lantern. I guess maybe I could take him out with an Earthquake after a Power Punch from Swampert. I'm not too sure about that, but more or less, I don't really have anything for that Lantern, but I'm going to try and, I guess, counter-lead him with his Ariados. So I'll go with Tyrantrum to just try and see if I can take him out before he gets there, or scare him away or something to, at the very least, get my own rocks up. He's going to get up, his Sticky Web, but, you know, needless to say, he leads with Lantern, and I just decide, alright, I have a stash too, I'm going to get my rocks up, and we're going to make the best of this. So I go into Florges after he gets the burn. Obviously, Earthquake after the burn's not going to do anything, so he then decides to go into Mandibuzz, and I go into my Florges, and I go for a Moonblast, and after he gets the burn on my Tyrantrum, I get a crit on his Mandibuzz, so the heck's evened out there. Well, the last time I played him, I lost because I missed 2 air slashes in a row, which really, really sucks. So I can't do a lot against the Muck. But I kind of predict him to predict me to switch, so I'll get the Tyrantrum, heal the road therapy, and he does predict me to switch. Instead of going for any poison move, he goes for the curse, which is awesome. So I'm glad I'm glad I made that decision there. So now I go to the thing that's going to wall this completely with Weezing, who looks really, really cool in this game. I always like to look at Weezing. He looks awesome. Muck can't do anything at all to Weezing, period. Muck is going to wall Weezing forever and ever and ever. And he goes to the Lantern, which is fine. I will-o-wisp, but I miss, which is alright. It's not going to affect the Lantern all that much in the first place, I guess, to get damage on it. But other than that, not really, right? So I go into Florges to take whatever he's going to hit me with, because I'm a special wall, and it's going to do 30 after the leftovers. It is going to leave me after taking 19 damage. So he goes back now into Muck, and I just decide, alright, we're just going to go for Moonblast, get some more damage off. Maybe we'll do a little bit to Muck. I know Muck's, even though he was just saying, whatever. That doesn't do anything. So that turn was kind of a wash anyway, because nothing really got accomplished there. But now once again I gotta switch out, and I have to go into my Tyrantrum. I kind of just wanted to see what he would do. And I know he resists Poison Jab, so I thought I'd live, and I do live, which is awesome. So I can then hit him with an Earthquake, assuming I live a Shadow Sneak, which I was going to have. Yeah, does have Shadow Sneak. I live at 5. I hit him with an Earthquake. It's going to do a shitload to Muck. I was so happy he did that much to Muck. So Tyrantrum, even though you're going to die, you've put in a lot of work by taking out that Muck. I know Muck doesn't have any form of recovery, other than, of course, the Black Sludge. So I'm not too worried about it. If I can get a lot of damage off on his walls, I'm very pleased. So I then go into Meowstic, which I've never used before, but I think is awesome. He's an awesome little guy. Because the only thing that can really take me out, which is fail. But I do have Side Shock, hit him on the defensive side. It does more than I thought it would. So I'm happy with that damage. After the leftovers, it's probably like a 5-hit KO or something, but I'm still happy with the damage in case I need to have Meowstic out there against the damage. But I thought he was going to Thunder Wave me, so I go into Swampert, and he does not. He goes for a Moonblast. He lowered my special attack. I don't really care about that. It does, after leftovers, about 60 damage, so I can take 2 more of those at least. And you know, and I know I'll be able to live. So he goes into his Lantern. It's going to take a power-up punch to the face, to the angle, whatever that antenna thing is. But now I'm at +1, and I know I could probably live anything to throw at me and maybe take him out with Earthquake, but I wanted to be sure. I wanted to get some more HP back, so I go for a Protect, and that way I know for sure I'll be able to live. And since I'm, you know, my EV'd, I'm not EV'd that defensively, so, but, you know, I go for an Earthquake, and it does take him out, so I got Lantern out of the way, I got Mandibuzz out of the way, so we got some, you know, we're putting in some work here. We got some things I'm not a big fan of out of the way, but he still has Sceptile, right? So I have to switch. There's no way I can stay in. But I go to Weezing, which I know I'm immune to his grass moves. I'm immune to fighting moves. So I got that covered. But he has Swords. I do have Clear Smog. But I decide, let's just go for a Will-O-Wisp instead. But I get Flinch. Doesn't make a difference in the first place. So he decides he has to switch out now. And he goes, after seeing a little bit there, and he goes back into the damage. And I will miss Will-O-Wisp for a second time. So Even though it would have done nothing literally to Clefable, it still just kind of sucks to me sometimes. But either way, because of the ability. So I go to Swampert again, think maybe this time, whatever. But he goes for a Flamethrower, and I'm going to take even less from that. And I get no burn, which is fantastic. I don't know what he thought I was going to do. Whatever it was, wasn't right. So I go for a Power Punch, and I know I'm going to live the Moonblast. Maybe a +1 Waterfall will do a lot to whatever wants to hit me. And he just goes for a Moonblast. Like I said, I'm going to be taking about 60 from those, so I am going to live, which is totally fine. And now here I'm kind of thinking he might go into Sceptile. I kind of wanted to protect just to be able to live one more Moonblast, but I thought maybe he goes into Sceptile. That's all for a loss anyway. I'm going to be killed by the crit. That didn't matter on Moonblast, but still, just, you know, salt in the wounds of that one. But I am able to go down to Mega Charizard X. I haven't been able to go into that at all this match. I'm fear of a lot of stuff. I probably could have gone into a Sceptile, to be honest with you. But he would hit me back with a Rock Slide, and that wouldn't have been good at all. So I just go... part of me wanted to go for a Dragon Dance, thinking he would switch, but I just didn't want to risk that at all. I just wanted to go right with let's take him out and, you know, hope for the best. But I know he has Rock Slide. And he goes on Earthquake. He goes on Earthquake. I know I'm going to live that, no doubt, because of how I'm being. I'm going to hit him back really, really hard with a Flare Blitz, and I do. And down goes Sceptile, or Skeptile, or however you want to pronounce it. It's dead regardless. And he goes into Ariados now. The sash is broken because of the rocks. He goes for Sucker Punch. Still going to live that with 9 because of how bulky I am, and a Flare Blitz is going to absolutely ruin Ariados. There's no way that's going to stay alive. Charizard goes down, which is fine. He did his job, took out 2 guys. Then I go back in Meowstic. This thing is just awesome. He goes into his Muck, which, you know, can't take out Meowstic. He decides, goes for a Desperation Shadow Sneak. Maybe he gets a crit, he'll be able to take me out. But he does not. I go for the Psyshock, take out the Muck, and a win. Make sure to check out Cloud Show. He's got awesome stuff. Rate, comment, sub, guys. Shooting 300, that'd be nice, right? But anyway, I'll see you guys next time.